Good morning and welcome to another edition of Swagbucks on Air. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Hal, and I can't stop dancing. I found a good song. I don't listen to them all the way through. I just listen, and I know it's instrumental, and I just try to get a vibe. But you know what? That was a good one. We found
That
a
was
good
a good
one.
one. I was bouncing around so much I almost lost my bun. I was just like really
Yeah,
feeling that music.
I saw you moving. I could see like we're both. I was doing it, and then I looked down to your little box before we went live just to see were you doing it as well. And sure enough, you were. We were
We
both
were
dancing
jamming
to it.
out.
Why wouldn't we be excited? Because this is a special Swagbucks giveaway live stream, and it is sponsored by our friends at TrueSkin. We're going to tell you all about TrueSkin. We're going to tell you how to get SB with them. We're going to tell you how to enter to win one of the prizes. It's all going to happen. Very excited. But before that, how are you doing? How's the weather where you are? It's very cold here.
You know, this weather is really interesting to me. Over the weekend, it was nice and sunny. We actually hit 81 degrees on Monday, and then it dropped down to a high of 60. So we have been sitting around the 60s the last couple of days, and it's been very cloudy, which I love a cloudy day, but I'm ready for lake weather.
Yeah. Me too. I was getting warmer here. I'm essentially in the desert. It should
Yes.
be warm. And I had to, the Orkin guy was here to do his sort of monthly checkup today. And he was at the front door, and I opened the front door, and it was like I had opened the freezer. I
Yes.
was so cold. Couldn't
Yes.
believe it.
It's still robe weather. Like I'm still in my winter robe in the mornings.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's what it is there. Oh, I like that we have people like Leilani telling us what the weather's like where they are. I'm at the age where I'm overly concerned with what everybody's weather is all the time.
You know, I saw a funny Instagram yesterday, and it's like nobody told me that when I got older, how important the weather would be to me. And it is so
Mhm.
true. I start my day every morning checking the weather app.
Yeah, I constantly, if I'm traveling somewhere, I need to know what to wear. I was in Chicago last weekend doing shows, and
Yes.
I had to figure out whether I needed to bring the heavy jacket, and I brought it and wore it once. I was very upset because I have a very precious amount of luggage space. Poor
And a
thing.
jacket takes up so much space.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it does. I spent like a thick and it's not even like soft. It's like a woolen. It's
Mm. It's a
can't
whole
get
thing.
too deep into it. I'll get very upset. I thank you, Sana, for this very nice compliment. Look me up. Maybe you'll find
Oh,
some information that you didn't know existed.
Hal
Nicole,
has one of the best voices out there.
I have the best voice in the room that I'm in right now,
Yes,
for
you did.
sure, bar none.
100. I don't know because I see behind
Yeah,
you
Hubert's back there.
as yeah, Hubert. He's got a pretty good voice, but
I
we'll get
realized.
to that later.
As soon as I said it, I realized that was
I
when I knew.
am. I know. I know. I'm super excited today because we have 10 people who are watching us right now who are going to win 5,000 SB. If you guys don't know that, we are doing a giveaway in this live right now that is sponsored by TrueSkin, which you can see behind me right here, where we will give away 5,000 SB to 10 people. So, hey, if you need a new jacket, you could get a new jacket with those
That's right.
5,000. You could also get this amazing line of TrueSkin. But before I get into the details of the giveaway, Hal, I'm really excited. I am obsessed with skincare. I feel like as a woman in my 40s, like you really start to pay attention to what you're putting on your skin. So I couldn't be more excited to talk about TrueSkin today. And you have some stuff that you want to share with us.
I do. I'm going to start off. First of all, if I'm into skincare, not to that level, but I love that I now have products like this. And here's why that you don't think about this. Skin is the body's largest organ, and just like our body, it needs proper nutrition to both be healthy and stay healthy. And True Skin formulas are skin-friendly skin nutrition. They're purposely formulated to work with the skin's natural 28-day cycle. If you didn't know, like your skin's constantly like peeling and trying to heal itself, and it does it on a 28-day cycle, and it delivers the nutrients that it needs and craves. TrueSkin also has more than just single ingredient formulas. All of the products have intentional synergistic blends that work together to boost results and nourish skin health. And TrueSkin prioritizes clinically studied, botanical infused ingredients and is clean, which means it's fragrance free and it doesn't use any unnecessary additives. You know, you put stuff on your skin and it sort of feels weird or it smells weird. You can tell when you're putting
Yes.
something on that isn't quite right. And you don't experience that with TrueSkin.
TrueSkin is absolutely fantastic. In fact, I've already seen some people on here commenting how much they love TrueSkin. So what I'm excited to talk about, one of the products I'm talking about is their vitamin C serum that I have right here. First of all, can we just take a second and talk about how beautiful the packaging is? I'm somebody who's totally sold on packaging.
Yeah.
Pink and orange, these are like my two favorite colors. Anyways, I have the vitamin C serum here. It's America's #1 best-selling vitamin C serum with over 170,000 glowing reviews. Vitamin C is known for its brightening benefits, helping to smooth and tone the skin. TrueSkin uses a different form of vitamin C that is gentler on the skin and effective until the very last drop. Ascorbic acid, the more commonly used form of vitamin C, is stable at lower, more acidic pH. Over time, this can become more irritating to the skin as skin's natural pH levels are between 5 and 7. TrueSkin's vitamin C form is stable at the same skin-friendly pH levels, making it more gentler on the skin and more effective longer. Their serum also has a unique blend of MSM, vitamin E, aloe, and hyaluronic acid to nourish and hydrate the skin. Guys, if you have been on social media, you hear about hyaluronic acid all the time. This stuff is the very best for your skin.
Yeah. And I see a lot of people talking about, I use TrueSkin or I want to try TrueSkin. And we've got great stuff to tell you about that a little bit later. But I want to talk about retinol. That's something else you hear a lot about. Retinol is a proven staple in skincare, but it can be irritating to skin because it spurs on cellular turnover. It's trying to help clean and get to the fresh skin, get rid of sort of the old and bring in the new. But this gentle, lightweight retinol serum enhances skin's youthful appearance by targeting fine lines, wrinkles, and even an uneven tone and texture. Active retinol. It is partnered with hyaluronic acid. We heard it again. I'm going to talk about it even more in just a little bit. Vitamin E and cica, along with other nourishing botanicals. So it supports radiance and moisture, and it combats irritation. I'm like excited to. I've kept it in the box for presentation, but I want you to appreciate it. It's in here if you're hearing it rattling because I wanted to be honest about it. But I'm very excited to break these open and for me to use them and for my wife Jennifer to use them as well.
Should we just, because I'm about to talk about their niacinamide, I'm just going to go ahead. I've got the purple box right now. This is all about the niacinamide, but let's look at this bottle. It is, I love it. I love it. Now niacinamide is a multitasking ingredient trending in skincare because of its multi-benefit properties. The light, silky formula harnesses the power of niacinamide, which is also vitamin B3, to reveal supple and smooth, more resilient skin. When, like I said, as a woman in her 40s, that is key. And it improves the appearance of discoloration, blemishes, and pores while balancing the skin's natural oil levels.
Yeah.
Look at this. I love Victoria. TrueSkin is a great product. It really is.
It is. I think Robert makes a really good point here. I'd like to try it now that I know how important skincare. Like, I don't think that men discuss skincare to the level that they should. Like, it's sort of been segmented for so long, but we all should be taking care of our skin. Yeah. And that is why you might want to use something like this hyaluronic acid. It is the second most frequently purchased ingredient in serums behind vitamin C. So this ultra hydrating hyaluronic acid serum for face deeply moisturizes, visibly plumps, and improves the appearance of skin firmness, texture, and tone. So it's far from your ordinary hyaluronic acid face serum. This distinctive dual-powered formula features hyaluronic acid and a botanical alternative to hyaluronic acid for irresistibly soft, nourished skin. There's cica in there, which is also known as gotu kola, if you didn't know that, which boosts hydration, and it supports elasticity and firmer looking skin, while there's vitamin C, green tea, and aloe vera that is working synergistically to soothe, replenish, and elevate skin luminosity. So this is like, it's doing it all. What I love about it is that you get the main function, and then other things that either make it more pleasant to apply or are supporting that main ingredient. Just a really smart way to do it. I'm going to open this one. I'll open
Oh,
it.
nice. Okay, yes. Open that one while I talk about TrueSkin's Super Serum, which has been around for over a decade. It's a hardworking all-in-one solution for rejuvenated skin and can be used complementary with the vitamin C that I talked about earlier as a boost to your skincare regime with added anti-aging benefits. And you can use it up to 2 to 3 times a week. What I love about TrueSkin is they tell you exactly how to use and when to use the products. Everything works so well together. I'm just, again, like I said, I'm so excited. I just rubbed the niacinamide on my hand. It feels so good. It really does feel amazing.
Yeah, this is, I love these little bottles it comes in.
I know.
I'm
The
trying to
little
open it right
dropper.
now. I have a very weird, all right, there we go. All right, I think I'm opening it.
Do this
All right, there
together.
we go. Okay, so it's a dropper.
Yes.
I'm going to test it. I'll test it on my hand as well. This is for the
Okay.
face, but I'm going to test it on my hand.
Yes.
See how it feels. And then I rub it in, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to do 2 drops. I did 2 drops, everybody. I did it. Let me see. Yeah, there's really like no if there's any smell to it at all, it just smells like clean.
It does.
Which I
Yeah.
really like. All right, I'm putting it in. The back of my hand is about to have a spa day. I'm very excited about it.
I think you and I need to take the rest of the day off and just have a at-home spa day. I'm ready to kick my feet up, put on my products, and binge in front of the TV.
You know what? You're my boss. So if you say so, then that's what I have to do. Not only are these products good for healthy skin, they're also good for your Swagbucks account. Here's how it works. You add TrueSkin to your list and Magic Receipts. If you're not using Magic Receipts, that's a really smart way to just build a long-term shopping list. And then you can go back when you're about to head out and see like, all right, I'm going to whatever store. In this case, you would buy it in store, Walmart or Target. So you can go by that store and go, okay, what else do I have in there? But this is a great way. You add TrueSkin to your list of Magic Receipts. Then you're going to go and buy any of the eligible products. We've shown you a bunch of them here in store at Walmart or Target. And if you buy one, you get 350 SB when you upload a photo of your receipt as proof of purchase. Of course, we've shown you so many things that you're going to get more than one.
Yes.
And if you get more than one on the same receipt, 2 or more, then you get 900 SB. So you can get all of these, and essentially you're getting $9 back in free gift cards on your purchase. So I talk a lot, especially in daily trivia, about self-care and how important that is, and how many different products we're able to feature and bring to you that are about self-care that also will earn you SB. So this is a great chance to take care of yourself, whatever age you are. This is good for you to use. There's no like age at which you have to start. Like if you're in your 30s, still a good idea to take care of your skin, keep it as healthy as possible, so that when you get to be my age, which is 94, that is how old I am, you still look as mid as this. This is it working. I would look like the Swamp Thing without it. But this is I call it doing well by doing good. So you're doing well in SB by doing good by yourself.
You bring up such a good point because there really is no age to good skincare. It is funny because when I was a preteen or a teen, like I'd heard of, one product, use one. So kids today, as early as 10, are thinking about skincare all the way up into, your 90s. Skincare has no age limit. So let's do what's good for our skin. Our skin is the first thing people see. Let's make sure we make it healthy and glowy and get everything you need. Now, guys, TrueSkin not only provided us with these amazing products to talk about, but they are also sponsoring our 5,000 SB giveaway to 10 of you who are watching right now. So I'm going to tell you how you can enter to win. Okay, you need to do 3 things. You need to comment on this video while it's live and tell us your number 1 skincare tip. You want to use hashtag TrueSkin and include your swag name. We're going to pick 10 commenters and we're going to credit you tomorrow at noon. And I will do a Facebook post and let everyone know who the winner is. So make sure you do that right now. Comment your number 1 skincare tip. Make sure you use hashtag TrueSkin and of course include your swag name. So excited.
Yes. Yeah. You have time to do this, and we don't want to just end the live stream right away. That would be cruel if we told you how to do it and said, all right, bye everybody. So we're going to fill a little time here. We're going to talk to one another and give you some recommendations of some stuff we like in a segment here comes the video intro called Stuff We Love. There you go.
I
Stuff
love
We
it.
Love.
Very jazzy. Very like
Yeah, love that
upbeat.
music.
Hal, there's so much stuff that we love. And when you asked me for my top 3 things, I really had a hard time narrowing it down.
Mhm.
But I'm going to go into the first thing that I love. And
Please.
I feel like over the years, I've talked on our Swagbucks on Air, and then you and I have talked about how much I love to read. I've rediscovered my love for reading. And last year, I beat my reading goal. I had a goal of 40 books. I read 48. This year,
Wow.
I have a goal of 50. I have not started off well. I have hit the biggest reading slump. And it's funny because I follow a lot of people on TikTok that are called book talkers. And a lot of them also kind of fell into this weird reading slump this year. Well, I have found the book that has taken me out of it. I am about halfway through. I'm totally sucked in. It's called Witness 8 by Steve Kavanaugh. This is everything you would want in a book. It's a murder mystery. It's a police drama. It's a legal drama. It has it all. And usually when books have tons of characters, sometimes I get a little like lost on who we're talking about. I am totally invested into every single one of these characters. There's a murder that takes place on this like really wealthy street. And then there's the lawyer that gets brought in, and then there's the mob that's involved. I mean, it is a crazy wild ride, but I love it. And I will say Steve Kavanaugh, who wrote this book, also wrote one of my favorite books from last year. And if you are a part of Book Talk, you definitely heard about it. It's called Kill for Me, Kill for You, which was a fabulous murder mystery. And this, my second book by his, already a 5-star read.
Wow. Is there a book, not another book by him? Is there another book, like if you liked this book, you would love Witness 8? Is there like a particular genre book that it reminds you of, even if it's obviously not the same plot?
That's a really good question. There was a book I read last year that this definitely reminds me of, and I'm blanking on the name of it. But if you love a crime drama and you love all the like, dirty stuff that deals with super wealthy people, and you love to kind of see them brought down a notch, you're going to love this. I mean, it really digs in and uncovers all the dirty details of these people on this very wealthy street. And of course, like I said, the legal aspect of this crime and then the police drama of it. It's so good. I will say though, when you were asking me about a book, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to ask me what my top read of 2024 was. And I just want to throw this out there for anyone who is listening. The top read that I had of 2024 is this book called Wedding People.
Okay.
If you are looking for something that makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you just feel all the feels, it is not my typical read. I am a murder mystery reader by far.
Great.
I took a leap, tried this book that everyone was talking about. It was one of the best books I think I've ever read. I think it's top 5 book I've literally ever read. Highly recommend Wedding People. That one was fabulous.
All right, that's great. You've got a book recommendation. You always good for a book recommendation because you're such a voracious reader. I have one as well. I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you one I'm reading, and this will count as one. What I'm reading and what I'm listening to.
Ooh.
So what I'm listening to is my friend Jean Grey's book, In My Remaining Years. Jean is a very talented rapper, a very talented comedian and actor and creator and artist, and a world-class cook as well. Like she really does it all. And this is about it's motivated by her experience during the early parts of the pandemic and getting through that. But it's sort of it's such an honest look at where she is versus where she thought she'd be. And because it's her, it is smart and it is funny and it is different than a normal audiobook, and that she does all the footnotes herself. She wrote original music for it. So that is fantastic. This book is it just came out in the last month too. So
Amazing.
this is well worth your time.
I love an audiobook.
Yes. And yeah, she reads it herself, obviously, which makes it even better because she's telling personal stories. The other one is, I'm a huge comedy nerd. I've worked in comedy for 25 years. and been a fan of it for way longer. And in the 90s, when I was in high school, middle school, high school, and college, was really sort of an golden era of sketch comedy in terms of just the volume of it that was being produced. And a guy I knew named Jason Clam wrote this book called We're Not Worthy, which is about sketch comedy in the 90s. And it goes all the way back to here are the roots of improvisation and sketch comedy on television and in theaters, and how that bled into the 90s. Here's everything from Canada. And it's just, he talks to a lot of the people who were responsible for these shows and involved in them. And for someone like me, it scratches the itch of getting insider information on stuff I loved so much. And also sort of a memory lane of shows that maybe other people don't remember that I remember very well.
This cover is amazing. I just have
Yeah.
to say, I'm obsessed with this cover.
Yes, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, awesome. I love it. I love when you can really deep dive into a book and it makes you feel something, and to be able to reminisce like that, especially from the 90s. You and I both love the 90s so much. I'm
Yes.
going to have to add this one to my list too.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely worth a read. What is the next thing you have?
So the next thing I have is a TV show. It is called The Pit. It is on Max, which used to be HBO, which then was HBO Max, and it's gone through 1,000 different names, but it's Max today. And you guys, if you watched ER, you'll remember this face. This is Noah Wiley from ER. This is ER on steroids. This show has been around now. I think it's in the 15th episode. So I actually started watching it a couple weeks ago. I was totally sucked in. I will say, if you are squeamish, if you don't love to see blood and stuff like that, this is not the show for you. I have had to cover my eyes in so many episodes. I've had to cover my ears in certain parts. I have seen tubes go down people's throats 1,000 different times, and it still gets me every time. But it is so well done. It's about these doctors that work in an emergency room in Pittsburgh, and all of the different things that they have to know. I mean, it's just fascinating on the fly how much they have to know to be able to treat someone. It's one of the best dramas out there. The acting is absolutely fantastic. And I'm like, where was Noah Wiley over the last 20 years? I mean, I know he did some things here and there, but like him in this show, he is one of the best actors, I think, on TV right now. It is fantastic. Oh, I love it. So we have Wendy here, says that it's so good. She's an ER nurse. I have heard so many people say that this is one of the closest TV shows to the reality of an emergency room. Obviously, there is going to be some stuff that's dramatized, but a lot of nurses and doctors have come out saying this is very close to reality. They did a really great job. And my understanding is Noah Wiley, that was his whole goal with this show, is to really make it as close to reality as they could.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I'm definitely squeamish, but I feel like I'll get through it. I feel like
Yeah.
Jennifer will not. We both
Yeah.
have the same interest. Like, I want to watch it, but I'm a little squeamish. But I've heard it's so good, and it's 15 hours in the ER, and each episode is an hour. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah, my comedy partner, Mark, his partner is on a few of the episodes as an EMT.
Mm,
So I've seen the
amazing.
footage of her in there, but I do definitely, I have to watch it. I just have to watch it. I gotta bite the bullet and watch it because it's good television. I like good television.
It is good television, and it's so emotional too. Like, it really, you become emotionally invested in these characters, and also side characters that are in it only for an episode. It really tugs at the heartstrings. So I think you will definitely like it.
Yeah. And everybody here is agreeing that's pretty cool, Robert, that your dad is
Awesome.
able to teach you stuff while you're watching it. That's the sign of a faithful television show.
Yes.
I have a show for my next thing. It is not rooted in reality that much, but it is rooted in Marvel. That is Daredevil Born Again, which is I think next week is the season finale. And it is, if you watched the original Netflix series, that was very good. And the only Netflix series so far to have carried over into the proper, now everything that's on Disney Plus is considered part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So these guys exist in the same world as Spider-Man and Thor and everybody you've been seeing in movies. But it is gritty and intense. The performances are great. I love the way it's built towards its finality. It has me very excited to watch it. Charlie Cox plays Daredevil, and he's fantastic. Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin, who
I
has now
love him.
become the mayor of New York. It's just it. There are sometimes you watch a show, especially a comic book show, and you go, "This should be a 2-hour movie rather than 12 hours of television." This feels
Mhm.
like they probably could make 22 hours. They could just do a 22 episode season, but I think they're stopping at 12 or 13, and
Oh,
then
wow.
they'll hopefully do more because it's just so well made, and cannot recommend it highly enough. And it's
And
on
this is
Disney
on
Plus.
Netflix? Oh, Disney Plus. Okay. Oh,
Yes,
nice.
all the Netflix stuff moved over when that deal expired. Now it's all on. You can watch all of it on Disney Plus. Pretty much, there are only a few things you can't watch on there that are Marvel. So,
Nice.
highly
And
recommend.
who are the actors in this? Do we know them? Are they
That's well, Vincent D'Onofrio, who's
Oh,
on the
Vincent
left,
D'Onofrio. Okay. Oh, okay.
and then Charlie Cox on the right. He's a British actor, but he's playing a lifelong New Yorker.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out. I'm not a big comic book superhero person, but I don't know. You might have sold me on this. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Also, John Bernthal.
Oh yes, yes, from Walking
He's
Dead.
the Punisher.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, nice.
he also gets carried over and plays him. I mean, just like again, it's so good, and they don't hold back. So the language, the violence, it is a very R-rated show. Like
Yeah,
they don't pull punches. So if you have the stomach for that, if I watch this, why wouldn't I watch The Pit?
yeah,
There you
exactly.
go.
All right, I'm going to talk about the last thing that's on my list
Mhm.
quickly. It is a spin class that I've recently discovered. And if anyone has spent some time on social media and you see these spin classes where it looks like people are at a club and there's dancing and there's a routine and there's someone like that's walking around hyping up the crowd, that is what I'm doing on Tuesday night at 6:15. This is one of the best spin classes I have ever been to. I realize I have zero rhythm. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I can't do some of the routines that they have, but the music is great. The energy is amazing. And, when you're sitting at a Tuesday and you're like, there's still 4 days left in this week, it is the thing that gets me super hyped and excited for the rest of the week. So I love when you can find something that gets you motivated, that gets you feeling good, that gets your blood pumping. So that is my last thing for this on air that I am loving, and it is my new spin class.
Does it look at all like this room?
It
How close
actually
is that?
does. Yes. That's a great picture.
Do you have a specific song that's your favorite to cycle to?
It used to be Enter the Sandman.
Oh, do you mean like Metallica?
Yes.
You're on there, hush, little baby,
Yes.
don't say a word while you're on a
There
bike.
there was a teacher, I literally followed her to 4 different spin studios, and for Halloween, she always played that song, and I looked forward to it every single year. It was the best. Give me Metallica, give me Korn to work out to, and I am living my best life. Not everyone agrees with me on that one, but
Who does that song that just one of them days? Is
Oh,
that
Limp Bizkit?
one? Limp Bizkit, they play
Is
that
it
too?
good stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it is. You know
Yeah.
it better than I do. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Limp
what it
Limp
is.
Bizkit. Yeah, that's my other top group.
Uh, I have one more thing for you too. For those of you who are wrestling fans, I don't need to tell you that this weekend is WrestleMania weekend. Saturday night and Sunday night, everybody's already in Las Vegas getting ready to play. It was at Allegiant Stadium, wherever the Raiders play. They're taking that over. But this is the 41st WrestleMania,
Wow.
and they're such huge spectacles now. But prior to 1993, that wasn't really the case. It was big in a big venue, and they were trying different things. But the spectacle part really wasn't introduced until WrestleMania 9 in 1993. And Peacock has a special called Becoming a Spectacle that is about WrestleMania 9, where they take you behind the scenes of how it came together. This was the last time I think they did it in Las Vegas. This was at Caesars in a parking lot that they turned into a Roman Colosseum. They had elephants. There was a
Amazing.
vulture there. There were camels. And what I find most fascinating about it is there are two things. One is it's very similar to Michael Jordan's The Last Dance from Netflix, where
Mm.
a lot of the people who are involved in the show are there and they give them iPads to watch stuff. So you get to see Bret Hart have his spirit broken again by Hulk Hogan basically stepping on his main event and coming in to win the title at the last second. Very
Oh.
bizarre, the whole story behind it. And Hulk's like, "Yeah, whatever, brother." Um, but the other thing is, this was the first time that they decided to document behind the scenes, like for WWF at the time, to document and film things that were going on backstage, which you would not do prior to that because they were still trying to maintain the illusion for everybody that what they were doing was real. You were not allowed to see behind the curtain. They were maintaining what they call kayfabe. Everything was a work, and you're not allowed to see the shoot stuff going on backstage. So the reactions of the wrestlers to being filmed backstage is so bizarre because they all sort of they all have this moment where they go like this. This is the camera. They go like, especially the Undertaker, who didn't break character for I don't know 15 years
Oh, wow.
of doing his character. So it's just and he's there. They interview him. He's like, yeah, I was not happy they were back there filming at all. So it's really in depth. I think it's interesting even if you're not a wrestling fan, and
Mhm.
it sort of explains what the hype is around wrestling. I think it explains it in a really interesting way for people who aren't fans.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. I am fascinated with wrestling. I don't know if I've ever told you this, Hal, but when I turned, I think it was like 8, I was given a Hulk Hogan doll because I used to be obsessed with Hulk Hogan.
Like a Wrestle Buddy, the pillow?
Yeah, no, no, this was a plastic guy with his little yellow tank
Hold
top. Yeah.
on. Hold
Oh my
on.
god. Do you have
Is
it?
it? I don't, but I assume.
Oh my
Is
god,
it
I'm getting emotional.
from this line?
Yes, yes.
This is the Macho Man Randy Savage, everybody. This is, I think, the LJN or Galoob that made
He looked
these.
Yes, he looked like that. He had his little yellow. I was
Yeah.
obsessed.
And he's standing like this for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
It was like he's about to sit down in a chair or do a squat.
Well, I'm adding that to my list for sure because I think that'll be really interesting to watch. There was a recent documentary that came out about like behind the scenes stuff like last year. I'm trying to remember what it's called, and I watched that and I was fascinated by it. And they had Hulk
Oh,
Hogan and some of the
mhm.
other guys on there. Yeah.
All the behind the scenes stuff is fascinating.
Yes.
Absolutely fascinating. Peacock has a ton of stuff. WWE in the years since, especially since like 2001 when they bought WCW and their tape library, now they can take somebody and go, here's their whole career, including when they weren't with us. And so
Mm.
you get these great sort of sweeping documentaries on people. It's fantastic.
Love it. I have to say, Peacock is my go-to streaming channel or streaming network app, whatever you want to call it. I think I use that more than anything. There's so much good content on there.
Yes, absolutely. Um, well, my goodness, I was going to talk about summer movies. You know what? I am going to talk about summer movies, but not in the context that we were going to.
Oh, okay.
Because summer movie season is about to start. I'm very,
Yes.
very excited. This morning, before I started work, the Fantastic Four trailer dropped. I've watched it like 5, 6 times, sent it to my dad, sent it to my friend, sent it to Jennifer, who could care less, but is very accommodating. Uh, but this summer movie season begins officially on May 2nd, which is when Marvel's Thunderbolts comes out. And a couple weeks after that, I feel like I'm jumping because we're already in Second Chance Week now. The next Second Chance Week for Daily Trivia Live will be May 19th through 22nd. I'm in the process of writing it this week, and it's all summer movies. So it's all summer
Ooh,
movie questions, 4 days of it. And
so
I
excited.
tried to do something a little different than the questions I would normally ask. It's not radically different, but I think it'll be more fun for people who have seen these movies and are excited about them, like have been watching summer movies for years, like I have.
I love a good summer blockbuster. It's the best. It's the best. I can't wait. I mean, I love daily trivia, so any themed game I get very excited for. I will say I played yesterday and I thought I
Mhm.
was gonna win, and it didn't.
Oh, the pop and dance. I was surprised how many people didn't get rhythm as a dancer, but you never know. For those of you who play, and there are people who I see on Twitter that are constantly like, these games are they're mad they're too hard, or they're mad they're too easy. I will tell you, there are plenty of times where I think it's going to be easy and it's hard, and then I think it's going to be hard but it's easy. That happens all the dang time. You cannot make a game that everyone will get stuff right. You can get close. I get
Yes.
close, but it
There's
is a moving
also
target.
the panic moment of like, and you just like,
Mhm.
there's been times I'm like, why did I press that? I knew the answer. I knew
Yeah.
it was like my finger was like, I'm not gonna let you get this right. I'm gonna go to
Right.
the right thing. So
Yeah.
all right, Hal. Well, this was so much fun to talk to you today about TrueSkin. Again, thank you, TrueSkin. We're so excited for these products. We're also really excited for the sponsorship. I think I may have just had a little bit of an earthquake. Things started to shake just now. Thank you for sponsoring our giveaway, guys. Don't forget to put your number one skincare tip, hashtag TrueSkin, and include your swag name. We're going to pick the winners. Hal, this was so much fun.
It was a blast. Yes. I also want to thank TrueScan, and thank you to everybody. I saw the stuff scrolling. I didn't want to throw anything up on the screen because nobody's been picked as a winner at this point, but you all showed up and participated. We appreciate that. Thank you for talking about everything with us. Thank you for saying hi to Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah. And everybody play the rock and rap game tonight. Daily
Yes.
Trivia Live music. It's going to be a fun one. I think it will be relatively easy for a Thursday game. What do I know? I've only been doing this for 8 years, but I think we got a shot at this being a relatively easier game. So I hope you will show up for that. That is it for now, though. I'm Hal.
And I'm Nicole. Bye, guys.
Bye.